Hello, Chris Scott here from newdirectortraining.com. This risk management introduction for new directors is a small sample of some of the great topics we cover in the program. I hope you enjoy it. So, when I first joined a board, I received all the board papers and documents, and what I saw was this incredibly large and complex and basically overwhelming risk register. And I thought, wow, this organisation has got a host of problems and a host of issues, and it was really difficult for the board to siphon through that and to really find out what the key risks were to the organisation, because what had happened was that involved all the governance risks with the operational risks and created this great big register. And to go through that and to work out what was really putting the organisation at risk and what to do about it was really cumbersome and quite difficult. So what I did was I talked to the board and said, what do you say we separate the risks, separate the operational risks from the governance risks, and that way we could start to see clearly what were the risks associated with the business and the organisation at the top level, and then the operational risks that management and the executive team could then deal with on a day-to-day basis, and to look at that. But once doing that, it's not about resolving every risk either. It's about having certain strategies or understanding what the risks are and seeing if they're an acceptable risk to move forward. Or if they're an unacceptable risk, then what strategies do we put in place? I recall that one of the big issues for boards that I was part of the governance team for was in relation to the CEO. What happens if the CEO resigns or leaves, or something untoward happens and we're left without a CEO? So yes, it's a major risk, and also what can you do about it? Well, for us, it was about developing a strategy and having that wrapped up in policy and a procedure whereby if the CEO left or something happened and at short notice there was no CEO, then we had a defined strategy to take us forward, and that gave comfort to the board and the directors to say that risk is being dealt with. So we know where it is and we know what to do with it. So that was really quite helpful for us, so as if we could move forward and not have to worry about that risk anymore. So it reduces the level of stress in the organisation. So dealing with risks is really dealing with uncertainty on objectives and achieving future events. So part of your strategic plan might be that there's strategies in there that do have risks attached to them. So it's about, again, using that example of the CEO, it's about having strategies, it's about having mitigation processes or policies or procedures that allow you to get to that point where you can say, yes, that's an acceptable risk, or no, that's not acceptable. This is what we need to do to change that risk. Are you ready to be a director? Learn how at newdirectortraining.com and fast track your understanding today.